everybody. Judge here. So we're gonna be introducing you all to MCNative this fine evening. So we will get right to that in a moment.
Zubu is back at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Come dressed in your favorite costume to celebrate fall with thousands of uniquely crafted pumpkins on Tickets are on sale now. For Zubu dates and prepaid ticket information, visit FresnoChaffeeZoo.org.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our
I'm getting
detergent.
straight up bamboozled by Spotify right now with their advertisements. This video is, or this live stream is not sponsored yet.
Plus,
This is
Tide Free
happening,
and
so
Gentle
that's
has no
fun.
dyes or perfumes, so it's just.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get started in just a second. Why is my filter not kicking in? You know what? We'll see if it works when I actually hit the transition. Yeah, that's what's going on. Got it. So when I click transition, it should. Okay. One more thing I gotta check, guys, and then we'll be ready to go.
Inside my head, wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead.
Alright, hello everybody. I'm gonna turn down the desktop audio a bit. Actually, I'm just gonna turn down Spotify itself a bit. Howdy everybody. Alright. I doubt there's anyone actually here at this time, but let me pull up the chat. View your channel. It's gonna start pulling through my thing if I'm not careful here. Alright. Let's see. How's everybody go? I see Dead is in the chat. Hello, hello. Dead, is the volume and everything pretty good? Pop out the chat. That way I can actually see it. Dad, are you still in the chat or am I all alone currently? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, cool. So, there is one more thing I wanted to check, which was my current stream delay, which I cannot edit while I'm streaming. Okay, that's fun. So, we'll worry about that later. I'll get a better webcam eventually, but right now I'm currently using one that goes to my 3D printer, so this will have to work for now. Alright, gonna get into the thing in a sec, just gotta switch one more thing around. Application. Actually, I can have it captured to display, that's fine. There we go. Alright, welcome to the MCNative project, everybody. So, for those of you who don't already know, MCNative is basically just a project that I've been working on in the background of Questcraft, in the realm of Questcraft. I initially had the idea when we started running into those 20 seconds of delay. Okay. Yeah, I can fix that. That feels about right, honestly, from what I'm seeing on my phone. So, but that's all right. I can live with that. So, I am actually in VC with Cart and Cad right now. I'm currently deafened and muted as I am doing this, but yeah, I'm just gonna drop my just gonna real quick drop my YouTube in the YouTube announcements if I could get my social announcements. Streaming, MCNative development. Tune in if interested. I'm not sure if Cart and Cad will want me to be in here when I really get going on this, but alright, just getting everything ready to go. But this is the MCNative project, so essentially what this is this is just a builder. I have a few things for the game to actually work. I'm honestly a little curious how my RAM will handle all this, because it does take a fair amount of RAM and CPU power to do this. So it's entirely possible that until I can offload the builder to like a GitHub hosted runner or something, or maybe just a little build server that Cart sets up, I'm kind of gonna be stuck with probably lag spikes as I'm building the application, which is okay. But anyway, so I have a few things in here. Number one is the general source code, which just handles the general building process. We hope to add a GUI so you don't have to go through the command line. But basically, like, the things you have to put in. Required. And I know on my laptop, I have a nice little Galaxy book here. I know I had some changes that I wanted to throw on here, so I'm going to boot this up and get those loaded over because I forgot to commit them like a fool. Really, IntelliJ, you're really going to do this right now? There we go. IntelliJ sometimes doesn't like me in the way of just GitHub management. It just doesn't like me whatsoever. So I'm going to open IntelliJ on my little Galaxy book here. I have it on my WSL because I was working on Arch 64 support, which GraalVM does not support Windows on ARM yet. So I'm going to open this up, get it loaded over, and then we can really get going. Basically, the goal of this stream is just to tune out the kinks in the stream itself. But, as far as everything else, we're just going to do general development. But this is really just to work out kinks in the stream. So, yeah, if all goes well for a little while, I'll probably go ahead and get going on it full force. Okay, looks like the project just loaded up. Took it long enough. I know what I changed. Here it is. OWGGL processor. What did I do? diff here. Right. I did that. That's not important though. I want the thing that adds Arch 64 support. Here it is. Not again! Just gonna mute that while it goes through the ad. Sorry about that. I'll get Spotify Premium because I don't want to deal with all that. I'll get that eventually. Replace .jar with nothing, and then if parts I contains .jar must be append, not that, ARM64. Then if I go down here and I say if SB toString ends with .jar. There we go. Okay. So what that should do is allow Arch64 builds to build, or English is easy, I swear. Although this feels odd because now that I look at it, that's what I did wrong. So system. So I'm gonna query the property, query the architecture of the JVM. Just make sure it equals ARM64. Alright, cool. So that should be good to go. It actually, now that I think about it, JVMs typically do Arch64 rather than the typical, oh, am I still on the just chatting screen? That's my bad, guys. Man. Someone's gonna let me know. Because I'm new to this. I don't do this very often. So this is the project. I'm not sure how it wasn't on the... Or unless I'm slow? Oh no, I had it right the first time. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting confused with how OBS works. I don't use it very often. Yeah, thanks to a couple... I want to quickly give my props to a couple people real fast. So, this logo up in the top corner here, that was made by Reality recently. It's a placeholder for now, but we're going to work on getting an actual logo for that done. And then for general stuff... And then for right now, I have on my GitHub, link in the description, link in the description to the repo I'm working on. Let's see, the change. MCNative builder. Currently, I have a fairly, I mean, I think it looks good. Cat and cart don't. It's very 2016-ish, but I am personally okay with that. So... That's all good. I'm going to adjust my camera. Come on, a little more. It does have night vision, but that's not particularly helpful. And the camera fell. I gotta get a mount for this camera. This is definitely kind of an impulse decision to start doing this, but I've done it before. It'll work. Yeah, come on. Stupid cable. Copper cables deserve death. Alright. A little more, without knocking it over. There we go. That's what you like to see right there. So, now, yeah, this custom banner that I made today, we redid this whole area. Please support me on Ko-Fi. Please. I know it looks like I have a lot of money, but to be fair, I can't really work on this if I can't sustain myself financially. What my goal would be is eventually to be able to just sustain myself off of this, like, freelancing work. But that's probably not going to happen, so we're just going to move along. So, gonna open the chat. Black and white judge. Yeah. Yeah, my camera has night vision on it, so yeah. Either way, there we go. Alright, so that's all good to go for ARM64. And then I made it, that's a quick correction. So what we're going to be working on today, because as far as the actual building process goes, it works. Don't ask why I have 1.8.9 in here. I did try it. It does not work. One of the latest things that I've been trying recently is to try and get missing resource exception. Oh, it's because I rebuilt it, I think. Yeah. But one of the latest endeavors, I guess, I've been working towards is getting Fabric to run on this thing. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of hard to... Did I open up a terminal? Oh, yeah, I did. But, I have my stream on my right side, and I saw the terminal appear, and I forgot I closed it. But anyway. So, now... but one of the things... If you don't know, Fabric MC, right? It uses... its whole thing is mixins. Like, the main way you interact past the Fabric API is with mixins. It doesn't have events. It doesn't have any weird patch stuff. It only does what it needs to do, and that's nice because of that. Coca-Cola. But the problem with that is those mix-ins don't happen at what's known as build time. Build time is basically when the developer is compiling the application. So all that is like in there. It's in the compiled executable. What happens is mix-ins instead inject into the code at runtime. GraalVM does not like that. To put it like this, it's like trying to put a new part on an already running car. That's probably the best way I can put it without getting too in depth. If you guys want me to get in depth, let me know. But for now, we're just going to clear this out. We're going to clear out this entire build folder out. Because I don't need all this. And what I'm also not going to do is accidentally leak my access token, because I don't need a whole lot. So, one of the things GraalVM also does not support is certain features of core Java. But those certain features are stuff that isn't usually used anyway. Minecraft decides to use JFR as a version 1.20. They added JFR support. So I have to use GraalVM's substitution API to basically tell the native compiler, hey, this thing in here, don't use that. So instead, one moment, I have to close my window. Forgot to transition. Alright, back to this. In-game transition. Where's the button? Here it is. So, anyway, back to this from that quick doggo interaction. So we're basically gonna add on to this very basic processor interface. And so what we're gonna experiment with, we're probably gonna make a new submodule, because the thing with Fabric is the way I want it to be able to work is how do I explain this? So in order for all the mixing stuff to be done at build time, to be like included at build time, so my best test is going to be sodium. That'll be the best way to see MCNative's performance. One of the other things I am going to do actually is clear all this out for one. I have way too many file explorers open. And then I am going to go to my GraalVM installation of Java 24. I'm going to throw that in there. Right. should be in here. Should be this one. Okay. Except that's not what I wanted. I want this one. And then throw this. Get rid of this. That's old. And then throw this in here. So this is currently how the command line is used. The required parameters are the version number, GraalVM, install, and then the main, and then processors, if you've got extra processors on the class path, which if you're a developer, you know what I mean, but otherwise you really shouldn't be touching that. The garbage collector, again, shouldn't really be touching that, unless I'll probably write documentation on it later. Especially when GraalVM implements more garbage collectors, because right now they only have the serial one, which is like one of the slower ones, unfortunately. But luckily for GraalVM, it doesn't make too big of a difference. GraalVM is pretty good at handling all that without too much of an issue, just because of how all the memory management works. So what we're going to try to do today is get mods working in some capacity. So I'm going to make a new submodule. Essentially, I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to call it FabricLib. And we're going to do a few things here. We're going to rename this FabricLib. Delete these. Except maybe that. Come back. These. Get rid of these. So this is just general stuff for Minecraft to even work in the first place. This is for multiplayer. This is just general stuff. This is for AWT for Minecraft servers, which sometimes can come in handy, but you need a specific version of GraalVM for that to work. General stuff that you need, like absolutely need. That needs to change, actually. That needs to change right now, because it will make the binary size ridiculously large. There we go. So, with that done, that's a bunch of... That will effectively have... Because right now, I'm getting file sizes of up to 550 megabytes, which sounds big, but you gotta consider that's including all the resources in the JDK, including like the actual classes, and then all the Minecraft stuff, except assets, version-specific assets, because those are stored in a different install folder. So what I'm gonna do right now is set this up. So this is almost good to go. What's interesting to me is why I have this in here, in the base one. That should not be in there. And then we're basically going to include the fabric loader dependency. So I gotta go find that. Fabric loader dependency. I don't know if they realize I'm streaming or not. I got a ping somewhere. That's Patreon chat. I don't care about all that. Well, I mean, I care about my Patreons because they support CAD, but I just more meant they were giving me information on essentials, which is stuff I already mostly knew about, so I didn't really care at the end of the day because I already knew all of it. Okay, cool. So with that, we're gonna go find the fabric loader dependency on Maven. So here it is. Except I don't want it to be runtime only. I want it to be actually decent. So we're gonna go in for here, put that there, get rid of this. I'm gonna say implementation. I might need another plugin. I'm gonna need the shadow plugin. Oh, actually, no. This should be compile only. There we go. Alright, and so what that will do is make it so we can access the fabric loader classes without reflection, which is very nice. But also MClib, fabric. Alright, so we're gonna start fairly empty. And then the second thing we're gonna do is just make sure they're all included. Fabric lib. I forgot to restart, what's it called, didn't I? Too loud. Alright, cool. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna turn that down a little more. It's actually kind of distracting. Alright, that should work. So, now with all that done, we've got our fabric loader module. It's got this little blue box, which means we know it's a module. So now, I just gotta implement everything for it to work. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, and this is something I've messed with a little bit before, and of course, the second I restart Spotify, it immediately goes to an ad. That's fun. So right now we're going to go ahead and integrate something called Fabric Feature, and that's going to implement Feature, which is a thing in GraalVM that basically allows you to interact with the internals of GraalVM's native image builder without actually like having any specific thing. Excuse me while my whole PC freaks the heck out. Okay, that should do it. Is my camera gone? No, my camera's still here. That's good. So with that, we should be good. Who the hell is MCNative? Someone said in general in Questcraft. I don't know how many are currently tuned in. If there's enough, no, there's only 2. And one of them's probably my phone. Okay, well, I'll give a breakdown on that at some point. But basically what Feature allows us to do is just mess with the internals of GraalVM a bit during native image building without going through the command line, which is kind of nice if you're trying to embed certain things in here in your application. So like for certain libraries, features are very helpful. And so you've basically got after registration, during setup, yada yada yada, all this stuff, and then cleanup if you like do some native image whackery. So what we're gonna do right now is we need to initialize mixin during analysis. So we're gonna go in here, and I hope I've done this once before. I just gotta remember how I did it. Fabric loader instance. And really the thing is going to be making it so all the classes that have mixins get initialized at build time. And that's going to be one of our major limitations, because the thing is, when you initialize at build time, it allows, it's faster, for one, but also it becomes a lot more tricky. Yeah, that, I see you in, I'm not sure if you're still watching the stream, Dead, but it basically avoids the JVM entirely. Because it's a standalone executable. It doesn't just, it's not just it's not like, that one project that just, I'm responding to it. AOT compiled. Minecraft, but not JIT. Well, kinda. It's AOT compiled, which basically means, yeah, essentially, which means no JIT, but also means faster, no warm-up time, or, and no weird class loading whackery. So, basically, what I'm going to do right now is remember how to initialize this. So, I think last time I did this, I may have called load. Oh, how did I do this last time? Because I've done this once before, I just can't remember where I did it. And yes, this will help with general performance. Like, lag spikes are basically none. RAM usage gets cut to less than a gigabyte at times. It's a really, really nice thing. I know somewhere I had, like, a Fabric server that I was working on. It's not in here, right? No. Where is it? It's hiding somewhere on my mountain of projects, so I will find that real fast. And, yeah, I'll find that real quick. MC. That's MCP Reborn. MCC. Minecraft Native. That's from 2023. I just found the 2023 project from when I was first working on, like, researching MCNative. I actually haven't made it, like, an official project until recently, but I've always been messing with it in the back. In the background. So, we're going to... is Spotify done doing its advertisements? Looks like it. Cool. It probably has been for a while, but I get hyper-focused, so do what you can. Doesn't Minecraft start on 740 megabytes as it is? I think their default is 2 gigabytes dead. You can run 500 megabytes with this. I know for Fabric servers it's quite a bit less because you're not having to deal with rendering, so that makes it a lot quicker. But honestly, nobody cares about a native server except Questcraft. Cough. Which you'll know more about that if you listen to the Questcraft podcast at all. But mostly MC image. That's too far ago. MCNative. Found it. Alright. Alright, at least I think I found it. Did I find it? No, this is a completely different thing. Somewhere I have lying around a MCNative file that essentially uses Fabric Loader. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. It's in Fabric Loader. It's in my Fabric Loader clone. That's where it is. So I just gotta go find where in Fabric Loader. I'm pretty sure it was in the source. And always the ads. I'm going to lose it. Not in there. I'm in the wrong folder. This is a Fabric Loader project that I cloned, basically to just check. I listened to the VOD. Okay, yeah. Well, I think my short announcement of MCNative was in there, so should have been in there. They might have not included it, but I could not tell you if they did or not. Might be in the other one. Well, I mean, I know it's in this one, but I don't know if it's in which library it's in. They have a couple different sub-modules, so I kind of have to dig. Here it is, Fabric feature. So I'm gonna open that up in Notepad++ like a buffoon, and yoink quite a bit of this. Yoink, I know. So, okay, cool. Now this is not right. This is actually not right. So this explains a few of the problems I had, because I have learned a little bit from, no, not. Import. Copy. It's protected. I don't care about that. I don't want that. Import. So a few of these are going to be kind of challenging to deal with because I don't have access to quite a few of these classes by default. Oh, that was a library. I know where that was. So, I also am using this library. I gotta actually check its license now I think about it, because we are trying to license this project. Everything that was on the repo pre-today, was on Apache 2.0, I think. And then we relicensed it to something today. I don't remember what. Oh, GPL. Okay. And this will all be open source. I am going to have to implement some protections for legal reasons, which is fine. I would honestly prefer I don't get sued. So, let's just try to keep it in the clear, you know? Alright. Is Spotify done giving me... sorry about that. I had to pop my entire spine there. I know somewhere I have something that does class path bamboozlery. I guess it's a word. It's not the word. It's not that one. It'd be around here, but I don't know where it is. It's hiding. I know I had it in here. I had it in some file. I'm not sure where, though. One of my files had it. Of basically that class path file. It basically allows me... If I could just remember... Oh, it's Guava! So Google's has this thing called Guava, which I believe has... I think that's what I used. I'm kind of doubting myself now. Let me look. Class path... Guava. Yep, Google Guava. So Guava has this really neat reflection library, and so it can come in handy from time to time. I just need to make sure I can use it. I mean, I should be able to. I'm just trying to find their license. Apache 2.0, we're good. All right. So I'm gonna yoink this. Well, quote unquote. I'm gonna quote unquote yoink it. Okay. And then we're going to throw that into FabricLib, reopen the chat so I can actually pay attention. In reality, this probably should be implementation. Just make that a little nicer. Alright, cool. Hey, hero. Oh my gosh. Alright. Love it when I tell it. Collapse. Collapse. Let me just do this. There we go. And then that's gonna get mad. Catch. Shut up, hero. Oh my god. Can't be saying all that. Nah. Now, the only difference between that version and this version is that I gotta see if any of these return class path. Nope. So what I'm hearing is I'm gonna have to be a little sneaky in how I do this, which is to reflectively get into this and yoink it out of there. So we do this, get declared method, and it's called init. Gotta add that catch clause. If anything errors, it really should just yell at me. Method dot invoke on not with args new string array. Now I have had problems with doing almost this exact thing in the past, so I have to be a little careful. Because the thing with how certain things work, I don't even really know how to explain it. It really is, Hero. That is definitely a lot harder than doing Fabric, but it's definitely possible, and I've gotten close. What? Oh. In fact, I did some work on it a few days ago, and I got a lot further than I was getting as far as the Forge server goes. So that's coming along. I'm gonna move all this because this needs to be entered during analysis. Okay, cool. So with that set up, that basically allows us, and I do have to generate a reflection config for all of this. No, I don't. So the thing about reflection in native image is it doesn't natively support it. It won't. If you try to use reflection without doing something first, it will crash. It will fail. It's a problem. It's a problem. But what I'm able to do is use what's known as the GraalVM tracing agent. I did not mean to do that. GraalVM tracing agent, and there's another add. And basically the tracing agent basically just lets you collect every resource and reflection config needed automatically. It does that by tracing through every call in the JVM. So running it to get the data you need is actually kind of a pain because everything loads pretty slow. But you kind of have to live with it. So with that done, I think I just need to make the processor. And what that should allow us to do here. Yeah, we'll see what it does. Fabric processor. Though I do realize method set accessible true. So fun fact, in reflection you do have to say, hey, I need to use this. I need to use this. So with that done, fabric. Good. And that will include it in the base project, so now I can access it if needed. Right now I have a little spot where I can grab all my files, but I'm going to make a new function because I have otherwise this whole code's going to be copied but with different names. I'm just going to call it private void. We're going to say extract extra. And what that's going to do is take in a name, and then from there it should be good. I do need it to return a file. So with that done, we can take that out, throw that in here, instead throw these here. Okay, cool, we're good. So that's that for the most part, except I'm gonna rename this. Extra lib. Okay. Extract extra lib file, MClib.jar. Alright, and so basically this is just a little helper function. Because, what will happen... I know I've had a little trouble with this in the past, where basically it just doesn't copy properly. It's kind of a pain, actually. But I kind of have to live with it. Alright. So with that... pre-build. So this is where this comes in handy. Because with the fabric processor, we have to pass in the feature package. Which in this case is that. So me.judge, if I could actually type, .fabric, lib.fabric, feature. Okay. And then we don't need to worry about post-build. This should all be ready to go already. And then what I want to do right now is when it's building the class path, I want to check depth check. So if fabric check libs.contains except that wants a file. Okay. Well, we're just going to stream it, and then we're gonna say map file get name and collect to set contains no. For string lib name in there. Yep. Okay, so with that done, we should be able to, if libname contains, does not contain fabric loader. Okay. And so what this will do is essentially loop through every dependency, and then if it's not a fabric loader, go to the next iteration of the loop like that. And if there is an instance of fabric loader, it'll add it to the class path. So that should be good to go. And then yeah, I think that's it. The only real thing that's going to become a challenge is I used to have a system for installing Fabric automatically in here. I don't anymore. So I'm going to use as a reference, open Android Studio, I'm going to use Podlib Questcraft from Questcraft as a reference. Because they have a Fabric API installer through JSON, and or not Fabric API, Fabric Loader installer. So I'm just going to peek through that. I helped write it. I just can't remember how 90% of it works these days. So I'm going to go in here, Fabric Meta. I'm not going to copy anything word for word because I don't want that. But what I am going to do is grab the JSON dependency because I need that. There we go. So now we're gonna go to build a Gradle and restart the music because yes. Show reload. And we're gonna make a public class, public inner class, I guess is the word. Which is basically just going to help us with Fabric installation. I'm going to basically rewrite installer So basically what I want it to do right now is, I want it, and I want it to get the latest version. I see how this works. So for now, I'm gonna hard code it. I'm basically just gonna say public. Actually, yeah, let me do this. String Minecraft version. And then I'm just gonna assign that. And then we're gonna go down here. And we're going to create a public void install function. Yep, thank you, IntelliJ. And then we're going to say, and this is where it becomes kind of a challenge, because now I have to write something to grab Fabric metadata, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do, though, because they have a dedicated API handler every single time, Spotify. I'm just going to leave that music off for now, since it clearly wants to be a pain. API handler. Here it is. Okay. Alright, sounds good. So, just taking a look at what the API handler does, we just need this. Now, this is very generic code. I'm going to alter it right now. Because I do want this string, actually. So this is pretty cut and carbon copy right now. But also, to be fair, like, this kind of code is, like, very similar. Like, you can't really write HTTP handler code any different. So you kind of just have to code. Post. String URL, string contents. I'm going to change a couple things because I don't like how some of this was named. Okay. So now with that, we're going to go to where is my stuff? Casually lost. Alright, there it is. So I'm going to basically just hard code this right now, but we're going to add a constant here. Fabric. Yeah, that name works. And then we're essentially, I don't like to copy. I don't like to copy as much as I'm copying right now. I'm just kind of having to do as I do right now, because a lot of this is also very similar. There's not much I can do about it. So, but what I am gonna do right now, should I just copy this? No, I shouldn't. But what I am going to do right now is just make it so the install function... I don't want you to return a thing. Calm down. So, probably just a string file install dirt. And then really the only thing from there becomes we're going to query from the so we're going to query from that we're going to... This is kind of challenging, because really the only thing becomes... Jeez. Actually, it's just a file. I don't need to parse any information from it. I just need to use it. Except I do need to parse information from it. Son of a gun. This is kind of challenging with how I have this thing set up. Oh. Okay, you know what? One of my libraries already does a fair amount of this for me. So, what I'm going to do is get the JSON file. JSON. Okay. Fine. Yeah, I need to set the JSON. JSON. What does this require? Okay. Gotcha. That's kind of a challenge. Actually, so what I can do at this point is just say, because I'm pretty sure this all gets serialized, so I can just say, ow! This one? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. It would be, I don't know, it's one of these. This guy did a very nice job at all this. I don't know if you see ArcLight, MCNative. That's crazy, Dad. Yeah, here I actually, again, I worked on it a couple days ago. I got farther. I got quite a bit farther. I ran into an issue, but I'm getting much closer than I was getting. I was going the wrong route the first time. I'm on the right route now, so that'll be nice. This is kind of challenging. Actually, can I just tell it to download the JSON in here? No. Actually, it's gonna be in here, ain't it? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Extract a version of manifest. How do you do this? Gotcha. Hippity hoppity. This is not my property. So, I basically just gotta tell it. I need to do this check earlier, but it's kind of hard to do. Okay, we're gonna go a slightly different route than how I initially wanted to go. We're basically just going to private final boolean fabric. We're basically going to add an argument. As much as I would like to do actual detection here, it's kind of hard to. Fabric set default false. Use fabric. And then what I can do from there is set fabric. Come on, work with me here. So I need to make a new. I need to string or boolean fabric. This dot fabric equals fabric, and then same thing up here. Fabric boolean fabric, and then we're gonna basically to check if we're activating fabric. We are just gonna see if contains. contains fabric is not equal. Okay, and so what that should do is just allow me to just check if it's there, basically. So I can just pass in dash dash fabric and it should just work. So I'm going to delete all these old configurations because they're all outdated and dumb. 121.1, and then we're going to dash dash fabric that. Cool. So that's ready to go. I'm going to name it so I actually know what I'm accessing. And then the last thing, I swear to God, if this is what I think it is. Bruh. You serious right now? Dead is casually gaslighting me. That's crazy. So now fabric. So we're basically, instead of doing this dependency check like this, we are just going to if fabric. I can remove that comment because that's just like pointless now. And then up here, similar thing. If fabric, basically just gonna MC settings to get generated, set client JSON. This doesn't override anything, right? It does. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Because launch actually extracts the version. That's gonna be problematic. Okay, how do I want to deal with this? Because these are both private, and I don't really want to reflect. Okay, I'm not sure what to say about that. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we're just gonna set the client JSON, which I can't actually do. So what to do about this? Yeah, because I can only because I can't tell it to download Fabric or anything, which is annoying because it's easy to do that. It's really, really easy to do that. It's just not implemented, which is a problem. So I think I'm just gonna reflect into this, unfortunately. So we're gonna say class Minecraft parser class equals Minecraft parser to class, and then we're gonna say method. We're gonna have to wrap this. Try catch reflective operation exception e throw runtime exception. Yep. Method. Yep. Method is going to be what? The method I need to access is basically all three of them, I think. Because I need to basically do something similar to what they're doing here, except... No, I just need these two. Okay. So, I need parse client JSON, and then parse client JSON. Parse client JSON equals class. It does take parameters though. What parameters does it take again? I have too much stuff open. Not that. It takes in a version JSON and then provided settings. Version JSON class, and then provided settings for class. So that should be good to go for the most part. And then parse client password evoke null. I don't really like to reflect when I can help it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then we're going to effectively grab this. Yeah, we're gonna grab this. No, I lied. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna grab all of these. No, I lied again. We're gonna go grab... Oh, this is kind of challenging. Oh, you know what? I know what I can do. We're gonna yoink this. Mine. Just this one line. We're just gonna borrow this one. And the camera fell. Son of a gun. At the desk. Hold on a moment. Camera took a tumble. Alright, that should be good. Let me check. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me rotate you. There you go. And the camera fell. Where'd it go? There she is. Come here. Oh my god. It's caught under cables, that's why. Yeah, man. Lock in. Let's see how that looks. It's in night vision. Great. Love it. Come on. Do your thing. Just light. Come on. I think that's it up there. There is light! Gotta love camera troubles in the middle of programming. Well, you guys are gonna have to deal with black and white for a little bit, because I cannot find... Oh, it's right there. Gotta make it reset itself. Maybe I just need to re-plug in the camera. That might honestly be my best bet. This is ridiculous. And the camera fell because it's all tangled up. Okay, I'm gonna quickly take a sec and just readjust this camera a bit. Because goodness, this is disaster. This is just terrible. And the camera's upside down. There we go. Back around the back. Come on. There we go. Yeah, man. Lock in. Camera went down one more time. Because I pulled it. Like an idiot. Come on. Sorry for the camera troubles all of a sudden. Okay, we should be back in a sec. Alright. Let me fix my webcam. What's this one? Deactivate, activate. Okay, we're back. So, with that, we go back to this. And so we're gonna go up here. Or not there. We're gonna go here. And essentially. Okay, so I think we're done with the camera for today because it is clearly just wanting to throw itself off the desk for no reason. I didn't even do anything that time. It just straight up fell. So, yeah, that's fun. Is it Neoforge or Neoforged? Why would I know? I don't work with Forge. Casual sunflower seed. Anyway. Alright. So, we say version. No, that's not the one I want. I want. Yes, yes. And for some reason I just noticed, but my browser hasn't been updating this whole time. This whole time the stream's been going on, it hasn't been the right URL or something. I can't actually tell what's going on with that. Maybe I just need to update it? See if that does it. Hey, there we go. Okay, so that's better. So with that, we can say version JSON. But what I am going to tell this right now, and I'm just going to hard code this for now, is I'm going to take the fabric meta we had earlier. I'll put this as to do because use okay, got this. Okay, and then we say put this like this, and then slash versions slash loader slash 1.21.1 slash what's the latest fabric loader version? I don't think that's it. No loader version found. Okay. Lock in. 0.6. I'm way off. 16. That's 7. That's the latest. So that's in theory the latest. And then I say slash profile slash JSON. And then what that should do, hopefully that'll parse correctly. I will cry otherwise. Because that means I have to do a lot more than I wanted to. Okay. So now with that, we get weird. We are just going to pass that straight into here with the settings. And then settings. And then that'll return nothing. And then I need to call parse libraries next. God, I pray this works. Yeah, because I really don't want to have to rewrite a fair amount of this because that will be painful. And then delete there. And then come on. Just like that. Alright, cool. So there we go. That's a really terrible way of doing it, but it'll work. So, for now, I just need to make sure this works. So then, the process becomes one more fabric block because I need to add new fabric processor. Cool. So with that, we should be good to go. Like that should just straight up launch. There shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully. Praying. Let's see what happens. It'll probably crash immediately, knowing my luck. Sure enough. Well, it broke. Expected one argument. Oopsies. Okay, that's better than the alternatives. Invocation target exception. Malformed URL. Nice. Nice. What did I do? Because spec is null. Nice. What did I do? So calling parse client JSON. It got mad because spec was null. How was spec null? The what? It's right there! It doesn't work like that, yeah? Yeah. I don't know what it's mad about, because that's a new one. I've never seen it get mad like this before. Could not, because spec is null. But why is spec null? It really shouldn't ever be null. Unless it was in fact malformed. But HTTPS, I think it's a spec. Did I not tell this to run? Okay, why isn't it running? It's running the wrong thing right now. It's under download file util 74. 74. What is it calling? It's calling a new URL. Weird. New URL. Here it is. You're telling me that makes no sense. Because spec is not null. You are insane. Because it's right there. And that's exactly what I pass in. Right? Right? Am I right on that? Because I call parse client. Oh, am I stupid? No, it's right there. What? Wait, what? Am I dumb? Oh yeah, no, I'm dumb. Okay. So it's supposed to... Oh, it's trying to parse... Tactical fail. Yeah, that doesn't exist. I can't do that. Wait, yes I can. That should exist. Hold on. What? What is wrong here? What? I am lost. Okay, why is this being finicky? So, version JSON. Unless it just straight up... Hold on, let me throw this fabric meta into... Oh, does it not have the... I will cry. JSON format. It might not. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. Ugh, frick. Okay, that makes my job really hard. Because, one of the things that is kind of neat about newer versions of stuff, is it will... Here, let me show you this. So, it will basically... I don't recall that being a thing. It has this thing called inherits from. And that will basically say, hey, we run this, but with the following modifications. Now, the challenge becomes, this doesn't have built-in support for that, so I'm going to check if they've recently updated and added it. Hopefully they have. No, they haven't updated it in a year. There's no way it's been added. Crud. Okay, this is going to be kind of tricky. Yeah, because... Tricky. Because Minecraft parser... Yeah. I can't just... I might be better off re-implementing that. So if I'm gonna re-implement that, that's a task for another day. It is currently 7:26. I do have work in the morning. How long has the stream been going on for? don't know. A little over an hour. So I think I'm gonna cut the stream here. Hour 30. Yeah, that's not too bad. Not long, but it's definitely not short. So I'm gonna cut it here, and we can get back to this hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Bye bye, everybody. All right.